There's another gorgeous view. Oh, and a raven. So perfect to fly right there for us. Well, hi there, it's Jennifer. Welcome to my channel. I am taking us for a walk right now in my Midtown Walmart in Anchorage, Alaska. This video is going to be broken up into different parts. Today's topic, I want to talk about overwhelm. And overwhelm is one of those tricky little things that can creep into our lives so easily. And in fact, this is going to be my 5th video on the topic of overwhelm. The first one, I was running late behind my own personal self-imposed schedule, and I was feeling extraordinarily overwhelmed. My husband helped. He spoke one little simple phrase that just snapped me out of that overwhelm. And then in the second video, I share how, as new content creators, ways in which overwhelm can creep into our lives if we're not careful. Overthinking our videos because it's so easy to do. Worrying about perfection. That's really easy to do. When you start putting yourself on this side of the camera, you look at yourself in a whole different way. And it's not necessarily like a physical perfection, although that can be some of it. But it's just like, did I say the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Did I do that situation correctly? So that overwhelm can creep into our lives in that way. Also, too, I think like watching other people who are really skilled and far advanced. I'm wondering how this lighting is going to look. Who are further down the road than we are, and they have, maybe very seamless videos. They've got the right equipment. They really know their style. They have, because I know for me so far, this has been a process of trying to figure out like what exactly is my style. Who am I behind the camera? Like who, and it's a process to actually like find your style, and that can be very overwhelming because we are usually watching people who have been creating content for years and years, and we're just like on day 10. Or like for me, my channel's not even 2 months old yet, so overwhelm can sneak in that way. Then my other overwhelm video which was part 3, which was talking about rest and recuperating and recreation, that if you don't make time, I think especially when you're trying to build a side hustle, for most of us, even though I'm an empty nester, I'm a midlifer, I'm an empty nester, I still have like all of my other life. I am learning to make room for YouTube. I am learning now to incorporate it in my day-to-day life. So I'm not fully established yet. If I don't make a time to just kind of let my brain take a rest, give myself recuperation, do something fun that takes my mind off of this very new and consuming thing, overwhelm can creep in. And then another way in part 4 that I was experiencing overwhelm was I was watching all these content creators, which I've done for years because I wanted to start YouTube for 5 years and I put it off for 5 years, is the monetization, which of course would be awesome to get to a point where, I know for myself, if I could make some money off of my channel doing what I enjoy and hopefully putting up good content for you. And I have a boundary now for my videos, I'm calling it. My videos either have to encourage or uplift or be a cheerleader or be a friend or a comfort, or as a person of faith, we call it salt and light. It's a little phrase that us Christians like to use, salt and light. So those are my boundaries for each video. And if each video can do one or some or all of those things, then that's success. And of course, if, I am able to monetize, that's amazing. That's wonderful. But I don't want to think about that right now. Right now, I just need to continue to practice getting on this side of the camera. I need to continue to practice developing myself, putting up content, finding my flow, finding my rhythm, getting on a schedule, planning, tapping into my true self. So I'm putting authenticity into each video. That's what I need to do. So for today's video, for Overwhelm Part 5, overwhelm was coming into my life. We've got a big truck. I want to pause this just for a minute. It's very icy right now. We have really warm winds that have come in here. You can see all of the snow. I am in the neighborhood of Spenard right now looking for ravens. But one of the ways, oh, here's one. They are just flying all around getting their morning meals. I'm also looking for the white raven of Spenard, hoping to get lucky to see if the bird has arrived yet or if it will. But one of the ways that overwhelm came to me was I was under the weather. And it was actually a couple of weeks ago, I just got like some type of cold. And, you know, I took some NyQuil medicine, and which I hate taking that stuff. I mean, it helps me sleep at night, but I was really tired. But anyway, I actually got over that illness, so I thought. And about a week ago, I actually got an ear infection. And I was thinking, I don't have time for an ear infection. And that's where my overwhelm came in. One of the ways in which it came in was I thought, I don't have time to get sick. I am about to have a facial surgery. I'm getting work done on my nose the 21st of November. Today is the 6th of November. And I'm like, I want to, really prep my channel. I want to stay on schedule. So I'm trying to like really prepare and plan, have my videos ready to go. I want to document my nose experience. And I was like, I don't have time to be ill. And of course, well, I was. So there really wasn't anything I could do about it because I indeed was ill. It's like I couldn't stop that fact. And me just sitting there thinking about, well, I don't have time to be, sick, actually added to my overwhelm, because the fact is I was sick and I needed to give myself time to rest, but I didn't. I've been out looking for a bird. I've been out recording videos. I'm also prepping for a Tony Robbins and Sage Robbins seminar that I'm going to be attending, a 4-day one via like Zoom. So I'll be on the Zoom stage, and that's right before my surgery. So I'm also trying to pre-prep for that, plus build my channel. Plus, well, I'm married and I have children and house responsibilities and things of that nature. And being under the weather and then not actually giving myself time to rest absolutely added to an increased level of overwhelm that I was already feeling. Yeah, so not giving myself enough time to rest just really enhanced that feeling of overwhelm. I was also really stressing out because I'm ready to have surgery. And I was also thinking, well, I've just started my channel. My channel's not quite 2 months old yet. I think my first video I posted was September 17th. I'm gonna have to go back and look. And it's November 6th right now. And I was starting to stress out over the fact that, I've got this surgery coming, I've got the seminar coming, which of course I'm really excited to do. But then I'm like, oh, what happens if I don't have my channel all perfectly situated? Is it going to completely die while I convalesce? And so I was stressing out over that too. And I also have been getting up really early in the morning because I've been out birding. So not only was I under the weather, stressing out over my schedule, not giving myself time to rest, I was also getting up earlier. And I have also not kept up with some of my normal chores just because I've been so busy, which that also added to my overwhelm because I'm being reminded that I'm not keeping up with those particular things. Here's a raven. Aren't they just the coolest birds? They're so chatty and fascinating and amazing. Yep, in the morning time, of course, they all fly in from their roosts. They fly out of the city of Anchorage and they roost. And then in the morning time, you could just see them They're flying in from all over, making their way back into Anchorage to go to all their favorite eating spots. And we've actually been kind of unusually warm here. So, in fact, actually today it's kind of warm. We have what we call a Chinook, which is where we get warm weather that comes in. It snowed later this year, but when it did snow, it dumped like 2 feet of snow. But anyway, so back to overwhelm. So I was feeling a lot of overwhelm, and also I had not given myself a day off. I did not listen to my heart 3, which was, am I resting, am I recouping, and am I recreating? And the answer was no, I was not doing any of those. All right, there is the famous windmill of Spinard. And you know what, if you are just coming upon my videos, I used to be terrified to do any type of recording out in public. But when I first started my YouTube channel, well, it was after 5 years, and I finally got brave enough after a coaching program to finally hit record. I was in a coaching program with Mel Robbins. And then as I began going, after like the first several videos, I finally decided to do a 30-day challenge. There were obstacles to my filming, and I talk about those if you go back and look at any of my other videos. I talk about obstacles to filming. One was when I first began my channel, my husband ended up getting sick, and it forced me out of my house. And learning how to film in public and walk around with a camera is something that I still cannot believe I'm doing. And if you would have told me I would be doing this 2 months ago, I could not have even visualized it, which is pretty amazing. Which is why it's so important to watch for the overwhelm, because I want to keep up with this momentum. I've got my binoculars with me too. I want to, oh, let me show you this. Look at the beautiful Chugach Mountains. We are a very, very gray day today. Yeah, so that's why it's important to watch for the overwhelm, because I want to actually build upon what I have created, which is the confidence to get in front of a camera and do it in public. It's really, really, really icy right now because of the warm weather. It has just made our roads extraordinarily slick, and the sidewalks. But so what I did was I was recognizing that I was feeling significantly overwhelmed, and I was also very, very tired because I was on antibiotics for that ear infection. I had not given myself time to rest. And I even tried to record a couple of videos during that time. And honestly, I really shouldn't have done that. There's a pretty little tree behind us. I really should not have done that. I should have just stopped, because when you try to produce something when you're coming from a place of overwhelm and exhaustion, it's not going to be as good as it could be. So I was trying to persevere and make vlogs and put up some videos, even though I was really exhausted. And honestly, I've had to actually delete those because, you could kind of tell. And I just could see in myself, I mean, maybe somebody else wouldn't notice, but I could tell, I could see the exhaustion in my eyes. I love, my family and I, we love to do movie quotes. And I love to quote Emily Blunt's character from The Devil Wears Prada, where she realizes she's not going to Paris Fashion Week. And she's talking about her other co-star as she's eating carbs and very depressed in the hospital. And she's like, I saw it in her eyes. She wanted to go. I saw it. I just love that British accent. And anyway, it's like, I saw it in my eyes. I could see the overwhelm. And, I just had to delete all that. And if you don't take good care of yourself, you're going to pay the price. Not only will your health pay the price, but honestly, the content and the quality of work that you put out will also pay the price. It won't be everything that it could be. So I gave myself a day off. I I just unplugged too, and it was really hard to do because I don't know if any of you have felt this if you're a newer content creator like me, but it's really easy to kind of obsess over what YouTube Studio was saying, and like, do I need to do anything? Like, you could just get kind of fixated. I just unplugged from YouTube Studio for the day only, and I rested. I ate good food. I watched a really good movie. I love a good thriller. I love sci-fi movies, and I love a good thriller. And I watched a Hulu movie called The Beast Within, a werewolf movie. It didn't get really great reviews. It was like only 4.4 on. I thought I heard ravens. I thought I was walking toward ravens, but in true bird fashion, it's already flown off. I have found in my birding that it's best just to park and then you get up on foot and walk. But anyway, it was a really good movie. I like a really good thriller. It was kind of part of the werewolf genre. Had a little bit of a twist at the end I did not see coming. And, so I ate good food. I also got a treat. I got a Starbucks, the cookie crumble frappe, and I got it grande. I got it large. And I just decompressed. Something that I really love doing is I love listening to motivational type things. I listened to an incredible talk with Sage Robbins, and it was so refreshing. It was so good. It's kind of there are all these like little mini seminars that are prepping for this big 4-day, it's called Unleash Her Power. It's 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., 4 days, my time. But they're these like little mini ones. Well, and another part of my overwhelm was a couple of weeks ago, there was a mini session. And I put it off because I'm like, no, I'm busy. I got to do this, this, and this. And I should not have put that off because I ended up listening to the little mini seminar yesterday, which was this rest day for me. And it was so good, and it was exactly what I needed. And then even at the end, they had a tapping expert. They do it's like to calm your vagus nerve. Like you tap here and here, here, sides of your hands, side, like right underneath your armpit, top of your head. And you tap, and it calms you. And I tell you what, so not only did I listen to the seminar, it was absolutely phenomenal. Then there was this tapping session that honestly, had I listened to it and made the time, and YouTube was going to be just fine, I could have set it down, and had I actually gone to that seminar via Zoom and listened to it, done that tapping session, it would have helped me this past week. And so, I did that, and I did the tapping. It was so releasing. I just had some built up stress and it was so helpful. It was very inspirational. And I woke up this morning at 4 a.m. ready for my day. Here's a raven. See how just cloudy and gray it is here? But so I woke up this morning at 4 a.m. and I feel so much better. And I kind of made that commitment to myself of I'm not going to put things off that I know rejuvenate me. And I have to remember that it's going to be okay. Like my YouTube channel is going to be okay. I can take the time that I need to prep for my surgery. I can also take the time to prep for my Unleash Her Power. I, want to make sure that I'm coming from a state of rest. So when I put up a video, it is the best part of me. And part of my boundaries for my videos is I want them to either, one or some or all, encourage, uplift, cheerlead, be a friend, be a comfort, salt and light, because I'm a person of faith. And when I am rested, when I am keeping overwhelm at bay by making sure I'm not putting my needs aside while I am building my YouTube channel, I am the better for it. So until the next video, guys, bye.